All right, so last thing on the topic of batteries and straps and how they're mounted. I have been working with the seller of this plate and these side skirts to try to come up with a way where these battery strap holes would be useful, right? And one thing that we have been talking about is moving these slits so that they're in between these two screw holes. So there would be 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. And dremeling out, or when they're making these side skirts, they would basically cut out from here to here so that it's not flush right there, but they keep it flush where the screws mount up. These are really, really strong, so should be able to get away with dremeling that out, and that will make it so that if you have battery strap holes corresponding right here, you would be able to run straps through here as well. And this had no issues with running through there. So I think that will help if you guys end up deciding to follow this build and do this exact setup for yourself. Hopefully the seller has updated this design by then, before you actually purchase it yourself. But I have been in talks with them. They're definitely open to feedback. They always have been. And hopefully, like I said, the design changes. And that would make it so you don't have to use, the dual lock. I'm gonna keep this like it is, obviously, because this is the plate that I have, and this seems to work out just fine. But if I, had everything my way, I'd have those slits in there. The side skirts would be dremeled out, and I would be using straps and not Velcro or dual lock at all. But this works out. All right, body post mount set. I'm going to use this in conjunction with, there's a little bag of parts that came with the Limitless when I bought it that included a few more of these posts here. It is down inside of there. So I'm going to get that out, get this out, and see what needs to go onto the front in order to mount the body. All right, you guys, so this is going to be one of those things where people are going to have different opinions about which post goes where and why. But after taking a look at the different body lines, where everything lines up, I started with putting the little one in the back, but you've got a curve over here and a curve over here, right? Which is going to make it difficult to precisely line up and drill. And on this inner post, you've got this formation in the body that comes up as well. So where the Limitless one is, sorry about the light, there we go. It's actually really, really flat through here. And I've got taller posts, and I could just raise those up and drill the holes here. So I think I'm gonna do that in the back. And then up front, I had the wider one. This one, too tall like this, too short like this. Same thing here, too tall this way. And like that, the posts are gonna have to be pretty tall there as well. And it would have to go on the inner one because of this formation in the body. So it would have to go here and here. That would be okay. But I think the best option, let's get this off here, is to actually use the Limitless mount in the back, take this off the front, and actually put this with the taller section. It's not much taller, but taller section pointing up like this, and then using, I think it's the outside holes. I'm gonna drop this down. Okay, that side's good. This side's on. So yeah, can use the outside holes, and they're right up against, you know, it's in a nice spot right before the body dips down here or the body comes up here. Same thing on this side. And like I said, the Limitless posts back there. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna reach out to some folks on Facebook, see what their thoughts are. And you guys will see, of course, what I end up going with. All right, you guys, so got the holes drilled out for the front, and the way that I like to do it, I don't like to use body reamers. I feel like I don't have that much control over them. But I start with the smallest one after I poke a hole with like a screw or something, exactly where I want it to start. I start with the lowest one, and I know it takes a while, but I step up one at a time just because I don't want to step up too much and then just tear the body by mistake. So I open the hole up a little bit more, a little bit at a time. By the time I get to, I think it was this one, the 7/32, the steps in between start to become bigger, so they're not as gradual as far as opening up that hole. I start to drill out the hole with the drill in reverse, so that it's not, if you're going forward, it's going to grab that body and try to tear it too quickly. It's going to try to take off too much material too quickly. So from here to the biggest hole for the Arrma 5/16, I did all of that in reverse. And then after that, you're going to have some, what is it called? Burring on the back side. So I cut most of it out with curved set of body trimmers, and then get the rest of it out with one of these countersink drill bits. So that worked out really well. For the rear, I'm still kind of debating. I think I'm going to land on using the Limitless ones, but let me get out of the light here. As you guys can see, if I use this one back here, it's just going to end up right next to like this wheel arch, or, you know, it's going to be hard to get a body clip in here. It's just not going to be as smooth. And even with this smaller one, these are spaced the same. The front and the rear, they're spaced the same. It's just got more of a, you know, downwards or upwards turn. This one, you know, if it's in the same spot, might be able to get away with drilling holes here if that was in that place. But again, you're still on this part of the body, and I just don't know about that. Pretty sure I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to do the rear at all until I get the wing that I bought. Once that comes in the mail, I'll be able to mount that up. I'll know how much of this I need to cut away and what exactly I'm working with back here. So probably going to use the Limitless mount, but we'll see.